and I've got to say the roll just keeps going. Stick around for this sucks. Hey, Wear Testers, Duke 4005 back with another performance review, this time with what has to be one of the most highly anticipated shoes of the year, definitely based off the performance of this player and the performance of the shoe and the design that they came out with last year. That shoe is the Adidas Lillard 2 in the away colorway. With the roll Adidas has been on lately with the Crazy Light Boost 2015, which is a good performer, the Rose 6, which is a great performer. Now we've got the Lillard 2, which just seems to pick up right where those two shoes left off. So with nothing else to do but do it, let's get into the review. Alright, first things first, we're going to start off with my favorite category for this shoe, and that is the materials. I know Nightwing went over this in depth in his review, but I'm going to just continue. This shoe and the materials it's made out of are unbelievable, especially for this price point. You got the jacquard woven upper in the away colorway, and you can see the details on this thing. You got leather around the lace holes, and it continues up on into the heel counter. I don't know if it's real leather or synthetic, but whatever it is, you can see the grain on it, and it is a really high quality synthetic if that's what it is. If it's real leather, more power to it. Again, this knit upper has very little stretch to it. It's not like a fly knit, it's more like a Jordan 29 if you've wore that shoe. If you haven't, it's just a very comfortable, very flexible, very forgiving, form-fitting upper, but there's not much stretch. You got external heel counter. It's not really solid. I mean, it's solid enough to stop you from just minor tweaks and minor rolls, but it's not going to stop you landing on somebody's foot that you're going to roll over. You got full-length internal booty, thicker than last year, which will take up some of that dead space I had a problem with last year in the shoe. Not as much extra room over the toe. They put in some, lack of a better term, dog bone padding in the heel right here to take care of the Achilles slip that we had last year. A solid rubber outsole, Continental rubber. See, it says Continental rubber right there, so we know it has high performance. And then we have Bounce midsole. Some people were disappointed that it didn't have boost. I know the All-Star version does. Once I get into the cushioning though, you'll find out that's not a bad thing to go with the Bounce. Alright, next up is fit. I've seen some debate on this, true to size or half size down. Either way, I don't think you can go wrong. I went true to size, and there is a little bit of extra room up here at the front of the toe, but I, again, like about a thumb's width, so my toes fit about right here. If you like a little bit more of a snug fit, yes, go half size down and you'll be okay. The materials the upper is made out of will give you a little bit of room to play with. If you get it a little bit too small, they will form fit. They won't stretch while playing as much, but they will give you a little bit of a form fit where it'll stretch out a little bit in this part to accommodate if your foot's a little bit too wide for that half size down. The heel, again, they solved my heel slip problem from last year with this extra padding in the back. Midfoot definitely helped by these lace locks, the plastic pieces here. I didn't feel any discomfort from them because the tongue is extremely thick right in that area, the booty is. So it laces up tight, the lace holes go high enough to lock you in on the ankle. That's not a problem right there. Stays laced, stays tight once you've got it on, no need to retie it. Next up, we'll move down to the traction. And again, this is another hot spot with this shoe. Just looking at the pattern, you would think the traction is too tight, that it's not going to give you good grip, and it really, on external dusty courts, it is pretty tight and it does pick up dust quick. I mean, you can see all the debris in this shoe, and I just played in them today. So it is pretty tight, the rubber is pretty soft, and it is not deep at all. If you play on these outdoors, you're going to burn through them in a few good sessions. Indoors though, if you've got a wood court that's semi-dusty to clean, you're good to go. Just it slips a little bit, take a quick hand wipe, and you're good to go again. It's just, I think it's pretty cool. I don't have the other shoe in here, but you can see right here where it says Land, and the other shoe, of course, says Oak for his hometown. Just nice little personal touches like that. And again, I haven't tried the other colorways. I know I've heard some talk of the gum bottoms picking up dust a little quicker and having a little more slip. These, again, weren't too bad, except on just an extremely dusty court, and just wipe every 5-6 minutes and you're good to go. Alright, move up from the outsole to the midsole and we get the cushioning department, and I promise I won't say good to go anymore. I just realized I said it about 15 times on the traction department. So anyway, move into the Bounce. I know, again, some people were disappointed that the Lillard came with Bounce instead of Boost. If you got your road shoe with Boost, you got your Crazy Light with the Boost, it's not bad to have 2 or 3 different cushioning systems available to a brand. Now, I would have loved to see Bounce and everything, Boost and everything, not Bounce, Boost. Would have loved to see Boost and everything because I love Boost. I love everything about it. However, don't be discouraged by the Bounce midsole. For one thing, it's full length, so you get the same feedback from here that you do in the forefoot. It's consistent from heel to toe as far as transition. For another thing, it's not that far behind Boost as far as response and impact protection. It's a little bit denser, it's a little bit harder, but they're able to pack it a little bit more thin in the forefoot to get you a little bit better court feel, but it still keeps it thick in the heel, so if you happen to land backwards, or sorry, don't land backwards, land back on your heels, you're not going to feel as much impact protection come up through your back as you would maybe a normal EVA, but still it's not as good as Boost in that department. It is a little more stable than Boost. It doesn't have that spring, that bounce that Boost has. So when you're coming off of picks or jumpers, you hit the floor, you hit and you're immediately ready to go again. So again, don't be discouraged by the bounce, and honestly, I like this setup better than the All-Star with the Boost in the heel and the Adiprene in the forefoot. Now, move from cushioning to the last category with stability and support. First thing, stability. You've got your outrigger right here that's set a little bit farther back than your toes, so it gives your whole forefoot that stability on cuts and jab steps and slides on defense. The heel is not extremely wide, but it is a little bit wider than the upper, so you're not going to have as much tipping and instability in the heel if you land awkwardly or land a little bit sideways or something. It's not going to roll with you. Now, we talked about the heel cup a little bit, the external heel counter. Again, it's not extremely stiff and hard. It does have some give to it to give you still that low top freedom, but the lower you get towards the base of the heel, the stiffer it gets, keeping your heel locked into that shoe. Tie that in with the lacing system that comes up a little bit higher than last year, and it locks that heel in, and there's no fear of tipping over unless you step on somebody's foot, and then it doesn't really matter what you're wearing. You're going to roll your ankle anyway. The rest of the support basically comes from the lacing system, which laces up nice and tight, keeps the shoe around you, and then the solid materials, the jacquard not having much stretch to it, and you got your mesh on the inside it's no stretch to it. It's going to keep the shoe from shifting, your foot from shifting over the footbed, and it's going to keep you up and high on those cuts and jab steps and lateral movements.
So that about wraps us up on the Lillard 2 for the performance test. Again, priced at $105. This is a shoe that is very, very difficult to beat for this year with performance and price taken into account. Even if you throw the price out and just go on based on performance, this performs as good or better than most signature shoes priced up into the 180s and 200s. Again, I know Nightwing went extensively into it, and I'm going to follow and echo his sentiments. This is unbelievable material quality performance for $105. Sounds silly to say that $105 is a steal for a basketball shoe that we know they only spent $15 making and getting to this country, but it is compared to what you get from some other companies, even from some of the Adidas shoes. This is unbelievable performance for $105. If you're a quick guard, a little bit bigger guard, a wing, definitely check this shoe out. I also think it has enough impact protection and stability to support a power forward or a light center that likes to bang down low. Your heel's solid, forefoot solid, the materials are solid. It's just a great all-around shoe. I won't say it's the best this year, but it's close. It's tough to beat regardless of what shoe it's going up against. Now, the review is over. It's time to listen to a Duke rant. I've heard some questions and read some comments about why is this shoe more widely available at stores like Finish Line, Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action, the big chain stores. Here's the simple fact. The big chain stores will not stock this shoe if we as consumers do not buy it. They're not going to stock something that they know is going to hit discount sales racks, they know is going to sit on the shelves or in the stock room, or they know people are not going to buy. It's just not going to happen, and I don't blame them. They're in the business to make money. We as consumers, if we're serious about wanting variety on the shelves, we have to show we're serious about wanting variety on the shelves. We have to buy these shoes when they release, when they come out, not wait for 3 months when they go on discount. If we keep doing that, we're going to keep getting the same things on the shelves. We say we're serious about wanting different brands to step up. We want different brands to be available. We want to try different things But when we go to the stores, we keep buying the same shoes, the same signatures, the same colorways, the same retros. We always buy the same things, and I say we as a consumer, not just me and the guys at Wear Testers. I'm saying we as consumers. If we want to see shoes like this on the shelf, we have to prove it, we have to show it. We have to go out there and buy these shoes, buy other companies, buy other brands, and show them that we're serious about wanting variety. Don't think variety is a bad thing. Variety is never a bad thing. It challenges companies to come up with something new and to push the boundaries and to bring new technology to us, the consumer, whether it works or not. If it doesn't work, they'll throw it away. We'll quit buying it. If it does work, then good. They'll keep evolving it, keep bringing it out, and we're all the better for it. Our games get better, our shoes get better, our bodies feel better, and hopefully it becomes a better marketplace. So again, if you want to see different shoes on the shelves, buy different shoes. It's simple as that. If they buy and they sell, companies will bring them in. Rant over. Next up for review, got the Adidas Ultra Boost ST on foot. I've got a couple of shoes from Pearl Izumi, another Topo coming. Basketball wise, I've got the J Crossover 3 coming. After that, I'm not really exactly sure, but you can rest assured they're going to keep coming. Again, thank you Adidas. Wear Testers out.